Right, you bought a car on credit card.
Planned a car, 40 lakh rupees worth car. I got a value of 2 lakh rupees. And
From the background of being a doctor, how did you get interested in finance and in credit cards? Right. So right now, how many cards do you hold, Saurabh?
we always carry the debit card. Don't talk about debt trap and all. For people who are impulsive spenders, for them credit card is not a good game.
How do you invest? Maybe we can talk.
The wealth management part, the personal finance part.
A vacation that you want to tell us.
We planned for a Southeast Asia vacation. It was a Malaysia and Thailand Southeast Asia vacation. So it's
How do you balance your daily duty and trading?
very tough for me because a patient sitting next to me and my open positions, the intraday positions are open. So it becomes very challenging,
We are back with another episode of the podcast, and today I have an interesting person with me, Dr. Saurabh, who is also interested in finance and credit cards. So, Saurabh, how you being from the background of being a doctor, how did you get interested in finance and in credit cards, right? Because I know that you also have a YouTube channel specifically talking about personal finance. So, why don't we start with that?
Yeah, thanks, Niraj. Thanks for inviting and giving me an opportunity for the podcast. So I am Dr. Saurabh and basically a doctor by profession and investment advisor and a credit card enthusiast by passion. So that's his brief about me. And practice, I had a great interest in, credit cards and travel and, keen interest in finance. So I was quite skeptical as to how I'm getting interest in the finance being from this field. So I read about many people and then I got to know about a person. His name is Dr. Kenneth Steen. He is a famous medical genetics expert based in US. And he was also a keen interest in finance. And later on, he completed his CFA and then he is fund manager of a famous hedge fund in the US. So that's how I thought that if he can make it, then why can't I?
So, are you practicing simultaneously, Dr. Saurabh?
Yeah, I am practicing. Definitely, I am practicing, and that's how I am trained for. But then, I was quite interested in the, the wealth management part, the personal finance part, and in the process, I got interest. I started developing interest, and then I started trading also. That's how I'm named as the doctor trader. So I got completed the 60-day challenge in the 60-day challenge back to back 6 times, and then in the process, I completed the NISM certifications. I've got some certifications, equity derivatives, research analyst, investment advisor. So I thought that let's go in the process. So simultaneously doing both things, and I think so that if with the knowledge that I have, if I can share it to the public, to the general domain, so that's how I started my YouTube channel a few months back, and I share my investment strategies, my personal finance, and how to plan for that. So that's how it started.
That's amazing. You are practicing, your medicine. You are doing your medicine practice as well, and you are, you also won the Zerodha trading challenge, which is fantastic. So, now let us come to your interest in credit cards, right? I think you used. So we'll start with the big bang thing that you did with your credit cards, right? You bought a car on credit cards and saved, I think, almost more than 15% on your
That's right.
car purchase. So
Correct.
tell us about that.
Yeah. So actually, it's an interesting journey. Credit card, I started with the credit card journey. I was very amazed about the points and miles game. So people have a very bad feeling about credit card that it's a debt trap and all. So, but if you use it, if you optimize the value of the credit card properly, so we can get some very handsome amount of rewards. That's what I browsed. So it was the era of the great Magnus card. So I had 3 cards. Basically, I had 2 cards. One was the Magnus card, and then I planned for the car. So I applied for the Atlas card also. I also had a Infinia card. Infinia was a good card, and I was following you also. You talk about Infinia and the great stuffs. You are one of the major sources of inspiration for me. So you talk about
Thank you.
yeah, you talk about great stuffs and cards and all. So what I did that I planned a car, 40 lakh rupees worth car. And I thought that one thing is there that's the MDR stuff. So dealers were charging 2% MDR. So I read somewhere that we can negotiate with them. So had to negotiate to many of the dealers. And then finally did it for 0.8% MDR. So that was a good deal. So I used Magnus. The strategy was during the Magnus era, we used to get some 1 lakh spend of 1 lakh rupees. We used to get 25,000, as a bonus. 25,000 points is a NG watt points is a bonus, right? So what I did that what I planned that last month and 2 months, like I'll do the payments for in 2 months, last day of the month and after 3-4 days of the next month. So what I'll do that 1 lakh rupees, utilize 1 lakh rupees bonus from the last month, and then for the next month I'll use the bonus for 1 lakh rupees. so that I'll get 25,000 for the last month and 25,000 for the next month. So that way I planned for that. And then for the Atlas, I swiped for 7.5 lakh rupees. We get a gold year milestone benefit. So we get basically 7.5K bonus as a gold benefit, and a regular points we get 15K. So, and the remaining 4.5K, 50,000 rupees, I did the advance using the Infinia card. And for the Infinia card, for the 50,000 rupees that I give the advance, for that, I asked that they should not charge MDR for that. So they agreed. So 50,000 advance without the MDR, and 13.5 lakh for using 3 cards. So it was 1 plus 1 lakh using the Magnus. So got total around 62K edge award points in the Magnus. Then using the Atlas, it was 7.5 lakhs that I told you. 15K edge miles I got with as a regular points, and 7.5K as a milestone. Then with the Infinia, I got 15K reward points using 4 lakh rupees. So collectively, I got somewhere around, I collected all the points and converted all the points to the all Accord points, because I'm very fond of the Accord properties. I've read about you also. You went to many places in Europe also using Accord. So I thought, that's the best stuff. And the best part with the Accord, as we know, that we have a 1.8 rupees per point bonus with the Accord. So converted, and the value was 2,16,000 rupees. So that's what it is. And if you minus the MDR of 0.8% on the value of 14 lakhs, it was 10,800 rupees. So finally, I got a value of 2 lakh rupees, and the car value of 14 lakh, I got 2 lakh rupees, 2 lakh 5,000 rupees, which was around 15%.
Amazing, amazing.
Yeah.
So, Saurabh ji, where did you then, redeem these points for what? Where, how did you enjoy the redemption? Also? Tell us about that as well.
So that's another very interesting story. What I did was, like, I thought of going to a family vacation. I went to Dubai and wanted to utilize in a Raffles property. So there we have 2 Raffles property in Dubai. One is at the Palm side and one at the Healthcare City. So that's at the center of Dubai. So I utilized. They had a offer of 5+1. If you stay there for 5 nights, you'll get a complimentary 1 night that time. So I stayed for 6 nights at Raffles Healthcare. The Raffles Dubai. It was a fantastic property, very nice, very, very beautiful property, and utilized everything. I took a half board package. So it was excellent experience. The kids, family, everybody enjoyed. So definitely, worth the value. Bought a car and then utilized it with the Raffles vacation. That was very good.
Amazing, amazing. So, car is something that you needed, and you smartly purchased it to also fund a family vacation, which is fantastic. So, right now, how many cards do you hold, Saurabh ji?
So basically, I have right now dropped Magnus because of the devaluation, not using Magnus anymore. So in Axis, I have Atlas card and Samsung Infinite card. And then in HDFC, I have Infinia card, Infinia Metal. I have Bisblack Metal and Tata Neo Infinity card. And then I have SBI Octane BPCL card for fuel. And then I have IndusInd Easy Diner card. These cards I have.
Okay. All right, great. So now let us come to, so the Magnus era is over, right?
Yes.
So now let us come to your spending strategy as of now. अभी आप कैसे spend करते हैं? How do you spend your, say your monthly regular day-to-day spends, right? How do you strategize that on your different cards? Tell us about that.
Yeah. So basically now what I do, like right from the starting of the month, I plan like I should, strategize. Like the best thing what we can do is, like, we have a monthly expense, right? Everybody has a monthly expense. We have utilities, we have groceries, we have everything. So best thing is that, like, we can use it with the Amazon Pay vouchers. So from my Finia card and from the Bisblack Metal card, I utilize 10K Amazon Pay vouchers. I buy pay vouchers, Amazon Pay vouchers, the day one. Then I buy 15K Myntra vouchers. And with that, why Myntra vouchers? Because on the day of Dhanteras, I accumulate all the vouchers, value of around 1,80,000 rupees, and buy the gold coins using the Myntra vouchers, get 5x reward points. So the value is very good. We get around 16.6K as a 5x voucher redemption, and the value of the gold plus the accelerated reward points adds on. And then I buy around 10K vouchers in the Spencer's voucher for my grocery. And Neeraj, what I do, like, every time, whatever expenses we have, like, we have to go for dining. So I buy the vouchers if I plan to go for dining. Even if for basic things, like if I have to go for pizza, I'll buy those vouchers. For a Baskin Robbins, I buy those vouchers. And even for for clothing or for anything, like I remember that last month I bought a Puma Nitro sneakers. So I went to the store. I thought that it's good. And I asked that if you can utilize the vouchers. He said, of course, you can use it. So I just instantly I bought the vouchers, and the best part is that I got a upfront discount of 5%. So 5x reward points with upfront discount of 5%. So it was around 21% value, and then got the Nitro shoes. So that's how we did it.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's a great strategy. Actually, you are optimizing to the maximum extent possible. But folks, let me tell you about the gold purchase, right? I have also spoken about it on the channel, wherein you get Myntra vouchers at a discount, especially on MX Gifter and HDFC Gifter as well. So, firstly, you will buy the vouchers at a discount. You will earn accelerated reward points, and then you can buy, gold with that, right? So, technically, you are buying gold at a huge discount. Now you have to understand one more thing. When you say use Infinia to buy the gold vouchers, right? So the Infinia points that you earn can be further redeemed every quarter up to 50,000 rupees for Tanish vouchers, right? And you can buy more gold with that. So technically, you might say that I'm spending a lot of money here, but you will not. If you're somebody who invests in gold, then this becomes like a great investment wherein you can buy more gold with the points.
Correct.
So,
Niraj, there was a very interesting. At times it happens, I was going in a roaming in a mall in Noida. So I went to a showroom. It was a Ray-Ban showroom. So I had a sunglass. So I asked that I want to buy with the points. He had no idea that we can use it. Even that store manager had no idea, because he said that no, we cannot do it. I haven't done it. I said, since when you're working? He said, since a few years I'm working, nobody has redeemed it as yet. We don't know. So he had to confirm to some I suppose, to the software or somebody. He had to confirm to the team, and then he confirmed and he told me, oh, this is the first experience that somebody is asking for the vouchers. So I mean, on the go also we can utilize it. That's how we should think. We should optimize.
Exactly. Wherever possible, right? So wherever spending a reasonable amount of money, say, more than 2,000-3,000 rupees, always, go and see if there are vouchers available at a discount, right? Even when today morning, when I went for a breakfast at a cafe, I, bought Zomato vouchers and then paid by Zomato simply because I got 16% back in my Infinia card, right? So you have to be a little bit mindful. Obviously, it needs, hard work, but then you imagine that 2,000 rupees of dining got me 300 rupees worth of gold. Think about it like this.
Right. And if we club it, then we get a lots of points, and even finally
Exactly.
about another year.
Exactly. So Saurabh, any other vacation that you want to tell us about that you redeemed with your credit card
points? It was another good experience. Like last year, we had a group of some 25 people, few families. So we planned for a Southeast Asia vacation. It was a Malaysia and Thailand Southeast Asia vacation. So Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand. So I planned the complete vacation. See, I like traveling, traveling is one thing, we get refreshed, and so I planned the complete tour. And many of my friends, they don't have the experience of the knowledge of the card. No, please don't tell about card. The card is a very, we always carry the debit card. Don't talk about it's a debt trap and all. So I convinced them, no, it's not like that. So most of the people, I convinced them that we should have a card, at least nothing. If you don't use anything, at least the lounge access, if the group is using, then also we can utilize it well. And we had some 5-6 flights we had to change. So got everybody, almost 4 of the family got the Infinia card. And some got that ICICI, they have a higher version card, Sefiro card, I suppose. So one got that. So utilize it. So they were very happy, everything. We got a full carrier airline. We went over there, and then we stayed in property there in the Novotel, utilized the Novotel vouchers. You stayed in Kata Vista. It was at Phuket. And then it was very good experience. So that's how, I mean, if we plan everything, strategically, we can get very good reward and a very good experience and a very fulfilling experience, if we are utilizing those points, burning the points and all.
So did your friends also start using the credit card points?
I'm just trying to convince them. They are still in the process of, chalo abhi card to le liya hai, but then again, so actually for people, I would like to say that for people who are impulsive spenders, for them credit card is not a good game. But then for person who has a very strategic allocation of what he has to do and all, so couple of people are understanding the concept of how to do it. But then actually what they think is like, this is a very tough game, very tedious process. But some good people like you are educating the Janta that, this is how we should do it. and inspiring many people.
So has it ever happened with you that you have spent more than your budget on your credit cards because you were getting points?
I never do that, and I always, advocate that we should always use it, never utilize it. You see, use the credit card as a debit card. Whatever value you have, you can use it easily. You can use it. You should use it, and always try to do the basic stuffs, the basic thumb rules of credit card usage. Like we should always optimize the points. That's fine, but then you should always pay before the payment date. Utilize the free credit period. That's the best thing you are getting for the 40-45 days. Utilize the best period, but then never overspend. That's how you should do. Strategize, but then never overspend.
Absolutely. So before we, end the conversation, do you want to share any credit card hacks with people, or tell us about more about your, how did you learn the whole trading that you do, right? And how do you invest? Maybe we can talk about that.
Yeah, see, so trading is one thing. I was always, inspired about people who have been trading and all. So I thought that at least we should give a try. And trading, see, I'll not recommend everybody for trading and all, because that's not easy stuff. Most of the people, they don't understand the technical analysis. They don't understand the basics and the concepts of. They think that it's a like a gamble. They start doing it. So I'll not recommend anybody. And even as a disclaimer, we see that 90% people are losing in trading and all. So I won't recommend it. But even in the early stages, I also lost a decent amount as a fee to the market. So thereafter, I did it. So, but I won't recommend it. My recommendation would be, making money is like, it's very important. And the best thing we can do is by using it through the passive investments. Wealth creation is very important, but then we can do it with the passive investment. And we should never do the shortcuts. Shortcuts won't work, And what I think is like, especially for anybody who wants to invest whatever he has, there are some concepts that I'm trying to share in my YouTube channels. In my YouTube channel, that what you should do is like always have a proper investment with a strategy. Goal-based investment is what we should do. And like for any percent, what we should do, we should have a proper health insurance. We should have a term insurance. We should have a emergency money, and then we should always keep something. Say there are many rules like that. So we should say that at least 30%. Try to push 30% of what income you have in your investments for your future planning, for whatever it is. I mean, short goal, maybe mid-term goal, maybe a term goal, retirement goal, whatever it is. You should plan for that. And always try to, even for investing, the best thing what I think that people can do is through the mutual funds. Mutual fund is very good because mutual fund, they have a dedicated fund manager. He buys and sells the stocks and all. The best thing, I suppose you are also a financial consultant.
So personally, I don't do any stocks at all. I have zero stocks in my Demat account. I more than 90% of my money is invested in mutual funds only.
Yeah, perfect.
Because this helps me focus on my business, focus on my YouTube channel, focus on my family, my health, and other activities that I do. So that's what I advocate, because personally, I have come to a conclusion that trading firstly is very stressful.
Correct.
Second, it requires a lot of skill and time, right? Which
Correct.
most people don't really have the kind of time that you need to devote, right? So as a doctor, I have this question, in my mind for a long time. I also know a couple of other successful doctors who also trade, right? So how do you balance your, daily duty and trading?
So right now I am stopped the intraday because it was very stressful. I had to strategize, my OPD accordingly. Like sometime I had to stop the OPD. I mean, it was very challenging. So I wanted to challenge myself that really I can do it or not. So it was a benchmark for me. If I can do it or not, I can achieve it or not. So it was simple like that. We read many people like Mark Minervini and all, many people who have already achieved a very good success in trading. So I thought that let me just as a benchmark, let me do it. So frankly speaking, it was very tough for me because a patient sitting next to me, and my open positions, the intraday positions are open. So it becomes very challenging. So
sure. So you took it as a project and you did that. Not
I did.
You don't plan to do it on a long-term basis.
No. I've almost stopped it, and I always advocate that nobody should, especially for the intraday trading. Swing trading is something we can do, but then still, I have done it, achieved it. But then if you ask me, to frankly speaking, I won't recommend anybody. And wealth creation, you just stay invested, consult a proper financial advisor. He is the right person. He'll guide you like you are one. So he'll guide you that what exactly is that goal, because everybody has a different perspective. Everybody has a different goal for that. Like if I have a goal for, let's say I have a buy a house, right? Somebody has a goal for retirement planning. So you'll design a different goal for everybody. So for a long term, you can be a quite aggressive portfolio. You can make a quite aggressive portfolio. For a shorter period, who's getting retired, you will definitely have more into the debt and all. That's how it works. So I think that this is one very important thing that you said, that being work life balance is very important. So that you can utilize your life also, you can utilize your family also, then at the same time work also. So that's very important. So trading is not.
Exactly. Yeah, and as per a recent study also done by SEBI, 93% of people are not even able to
That's what.
beat the, are not even able to generate profits actually,
That's what.
right? Forget, beating the index. So you're better off just investing in mutual funds and focusing on your job.
That's true.
All
That's
right. All right. With that, Saurabhji, we'll come to an end. Today maybe we'll talk more in another session later with you. Thank you so much for
It's my pleasure.
discussing and talking today.
Yeah.
Before we go, where can our viewers reach out to you?
So I have a YouTube channel. The name is the Doctor Trader. I also have a Twitter handle with the same name. So you can reach me at my YouTube channel. So I share my investment strategies and the mutual fund strategies and all, personal finance, even the credit cards stuff. So you can reach me out to that.
Awesome, awesome. So folks, look for Dr. Trader on YouTube and Twitter.
Yeah.
So, all right. Thank you for watching, and do not forget to like, share, and subscribe.